Oh, hey, excuse our mess. Pull up a chair
and make yourself at home.
May the 4th be with you.
Today is May 4.
Yeah.
And tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo.
Woo, party.
And we are vibing right now.
Heck yeah.
It's been a very interesting couple of weeks since we last talked.
True. Very interesting. We're on the couch only today.
So, Melody is almost done moving into her new house that she and Eli got. And me and Travis just found out that we'll be moving into a house as well.
Ooh,
so we are here for a little while longer. We'll be here for about 6 more months, and then we will be moving into a house as long as all things go the way that they're supposed to go. And
adult things. We're all getting houses.
Yeah, really.
No more rental properties.
And I'm so excited because right now we are in an apartment and we have no storage. And the house that we're moving into is my grandmother's house. And she moved in with my mom. So she is not going to need the house any longer. We kind of talked to her about it. And so we'll be going and moving into there. But we've got to clean out some things first. But the apartment has no storage. We park in a parking lot with all the other people that live here. And we don't have a backyard. And this house has a driveway and a carport and a fenced-in backyard and storage rooms.
And you don't have, like, neighbors through the thin walls like you do in apartments.
You know, that's the one thing that's never bothered me. Really? I remember looking at the reviews for this place, and there were people like, oh, you know, the walls are so thin, you can hear people through the walls and this and that. And you just always hear that about apartments, but I've never really heard too much. Like, I can hear the people on this side of the wall when they're, like, in the kitchen, they're opening cabinets and stuff, but that's about it. And then we had a neighbor, I don't know if he still lives over there on that side, but he has like guitars and stuff and he would play sometimes, but I hadn't heard him.
See, I toured here with my husband before we got married. We were going to live here and we toured and I could hear through the touring apartment into the apartment next to it. And I also could smell what they were cooking through the wall. And I was like, that's crazy. Because now I know that you're having pico de gallo. Or you're going to have salmon. Like, I might as well just come over with you. So, but we ended up just renting a house. And now we have our own. And now she has her own. Renting, not no more.
So we'll have a change of scenery soon. The one good thing is right now, if you can't tell, we film in my living room.
Yo.
So that means every single time that we film, I have to go to my closet and grab all of this equipment and bring it out here and set it up. We film for about an hour and then we have to take it all down and put it back in my closet until the next time that we film. But
new house, not a problem.
They're like, my family's kind of weird. We've always had a dining room, but we've never sat at the table, you know? So, this house that my grandma has, she's got a dining room. She does sit at the table. So she has a table and chairs. I think they're going to be taking that. I don't think they're going to leave it for me or Travis, but I don't want a table and chairs anyways, because we don't use it. We sit on the couch and eat. We go to our rooms and eat. We don't eat in the kitchen or dining room. So my thought is we turn it into a podcast area and we have our own setup and everything, and I can stop taking everything down, putting it in the closet, bringing it back out, and then putting it up again, and I can stop doing all of that. We can have a full-time setup and film without having to do all the extra stuff.
You know those people that have like neon signs for their podcasts?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying doing that because that's expensive. But like, what if I did like
it's not too bad.
What if I did like a banner? Like I painted I painted like a canvas or something for the podcast area.
I'll do you one better. You want to paint a mural?
Ooh, I paint a mural.
We'll paint a mural.
Heck yeah.
That's
just
fire.
Like our faces. Gigantimous on the wall. No.
So we'll have our own little podcast corner set up, and that way we don't have to continue moving equipment.
Sounds so fun.
Yeah, it's a vibe.
I could paint like mountains or like.
Well, as long as you go with my color scheme, because I have to live there.
I still have to paint. I still have to finish painting your chest. Like, ugh.
Yeah, I have
I have so many things I gotta paint.
I have a chest that my great grandfather made for me that she's supposed to paint.
Yeah, I was painting it before we
still
moved,
When
and
did
then
we
we
get it?
moved, and now it's still in the room.
We got it last summer from my dad. So
Yeah, and then
you've
you
had
gave it to me, like in October. I think is when I picked it up from you.
I don't know, but I know you've had it for a while.
I've had it for a good bit.
Although I'm not really missing it because I don't have a place for it right now. So
Yeah.
it's kind of chill for now.
I started painting it. Don't let you think that I didn't. I started painting it. Then we moved houses, and now it's sitting in my bedroom, and I got to unpack all my paint, and then I'm gonna get going since I really don't have anything other to do than fix up the house.
Yeah.
So
Luckily, my house doesn't need very much fixing, so we're going to take care of the couple things that we do need to touch up, and then it's just more or less a waiting game to get all of the furniture and things out from my grandmother. And then we're going to take a weekend and pack up everybody's cars. Like, we're going to have like 5 cars that we're going to pack up and like a
mine
trailer.
included.
And then we are going to haul butt to the new house and unpack everything into the house. And then I will be the one unpacking all of the boxes because I'm very picky.
Same.
Everything has to have a specific place. And
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah. I feel that. That's literally how I am right now with the house. Although that's the good thing about it. Like when she comes over and she helps me, we're like the same in that instant. So she's like, bathroom, kitchen. Obviously,
Yeah.
this goes in the cabinet. I'm like, I don't even have to tell you nothing. Then Eli's like, where do I put this? And I'm like, bruh, where do you think it goes? Huh?
I'm so OCD. So everything will be unpacked and put away by me, unless it's Travis's stuff. He can have that. But
I let Eli do his game room because I'm not touching his Legos. Or forbid.
so we'll be living in the apartment for another 6 months, and then you'll get a change of scenery, and we should be in the podcast area in the new house. Yay!
Yo,
I'm so excited.
yo.
Oh, also, me and Melody saw the Minecraft movie last night.
Honestly,
It's overhyped.
it was
Yeah, it's overhyped. So
I had been begging somebody to go with me because I really wanted to see it because I used to play Minecraft all the time, and I just thought, it's gonna be a great movie.
Jack Black is a great actor. I really like him in most movies. But him singing in this movie was the worst thing ever. I thought my ears were going to fall off.
Although, you know what's really funny? He really does fit like a Steve. Like,
I'm not saying he doesn't,
I don't
but
know who else they could have got to play Steve. He really does fit Steve.
yeah, he does. Also, the casting of, what's his name? The guy that plays Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, Jason Momoa. The casting of him in that movie was just the worst thing ever. They
Jennifer
shouldn't have casted
Coolidge.
him at all.
The casting for this movie was
Weird.
ridiculous. Jennifer Coolidge.
What?
And I have to say, when we went, we sat, there's row A to D or E or however high your movie theater goes. We sat in row C. So we were in the middle of the theater. Both of us had kids on either side of us. And then the top row was just high schoolers. I did not think what I'd seen on the internet where people like stand up and yell like chicken jockey or when they like sing the lava song actually happened in the movie theaters. When it got to the lava song, everybody in the movie theater was singing.
Including you.
Including me. But everybody was singing that song. And then when the chicken jockey thing came on, which I don't know if y'all know anything about the Minecraft movie, but baby, there's a baby zombie that rides a chicken. And that alone was crazy. But the whole row behind us stood up and just yelled, chicken jockeys! And I was very confused. I don't know. They had a very small budget, that's for sure.
Although it was funny, we had a great time with the trailers before the movie started.
10/10.
The one for the Superman movie, we died.
Oh yeah.
So basically, if you haven't seen the trailer for the Superman movie, it starts like with like this thing just hitting a big snowy area, and then it zooms in and it's Superman, and he's like bleeding and he's laying in the snow, and then this super dog just comes and like tackles him and like runs all over, and he's jumping up and down, and he's trying to get Superman to like get up and play with them, and me and Melody were like, play dead.
I was like, roll over.
And like,
stay.
Don't move. Stay.
Oh, good boy.
Play dead.
Like,
and then the dog like drags him all the way like through the snow into like this open snowy desert area where this crystal like castle just grows out of the ground. And I go, oh my God, the Crystal Girls would have a time right now if they were seeing this. And I was like, look at that amethyst. That thing has major healing power.
which it did, because the next scene was him just getting blasted by the crystal and he just like healed.
Yeah, it was. Although the guy that they have playing Clark Kent, I might actually go see that movie. Also, the dog was CGI'd. And it was a doodle. Why do you need to CGI a doodle? You're telling me you can't get a trained dog to jump up and down? Like, yeah, obviously you're going to need to have like a CGI kind of thing going on to have a dog drag a whole human across.
Yeah.
Like, but when you just have a dog like jumping up and down and barking and like trying to play with the human, like why does that need to be CGI?
It looks very fake. Like the dog looks very fake.
Also, the Smurf movie trailer, the second that thing came on, I looked at Melody and I said, that looks like it was made off of $100 budget.
I turned to her and I said, they did them so wrong for that. The Smurfs look 2D even when they're in the real world. And they did Gargamel so bad.
Oh yeah, he's like super short and like fat and has like the biggest, longest nose ever. And it's like, I remember like I wasn't ever one of those people that watched the Smurfs. Like I was born in 2000. The Smurfs wasn't necessarily like the biggest thing. So I never really watched it. However, I do know what the original Gargamel looks like, and he does not look like that.
He was average height dude with like red shoes, black little fang, dress, cape, whatever you want to call it. And he had like an okay-ish face. Not okay-ish, but you know what I mean? Like it wasn't like a protruding Gru nose from his face. Like they did him so dirty for this. I don't even know.
But the Minecraft movie itself. So this is what I was telling her. This is my problem with the movie itself. So basically, they made 2 movies in one.
You only had one problem?
This is my main problem, not the one. No, there's more than one.
I was gonna say.
The Minecraft movie, when it starts, and spoilers for those of you who haven't seen it.
If you haven't seen it, skip.
When it starts, Jack Black is like doing a voiceover as things are happening. And he basically voiceovers like what could be an entire first Minecraft movie.
Yeah.
So he goes in to explain that when he was a kid, he wanted to go into the mines, but this man scared him and he ran away and whatever. And so he just ended up working a crappy job. And then he found, like, then he decided one day, oh, right, I need to go to the mines because I want to have fun in life. Went back to the mines, ended up finding like a crystal and a cube and put them together. And then he ended up in the Minecraft world. And then he built a whole bunch of stuff. He figured out how to build.
Like, he built his own Steve world.
Yeah, he built a whole world inside of Minecraft. And then he like found the Nether one day and fixed the Nether and then went into the Nether and then had a whole situation with the like pig sorceress lady that runs the Nether, and like they took the cube from him and all of this stuff happens. And he's doing a voiceover for about 5 or 6 minutes explaining all of this. But that could have been a whole first movie. They could have gone into detail on like his childhood and like everything leading up to him going to the mines, and then they could have showed him like doing like this work for a while. Then they could have showed him going to the mines, and then when he gets into Minecraft, they can make a whole movie.
It's like
out
the
of
Lego
just
movie.
him learning to build and learning the land and then getting better and like all these different like obstacles that he has to face. They could make a whole movie out of that. Why would you like either their plan is, right, to basically make a sequel to this movie and make it that flashback of like this is what happened before. Or they should have made that
people
now.
do that though, because then I'm like, but I watched the second one already because you didn't have the first one out.
And the problem is like it's kind of like irrelevant because we already know
What happened?
We already know like the outcome that the first movie would lead to.
Yeah, that's
Which
what I'm
is
saying. I don't
he
like to do
would
that.
find the nether and they would steal the cube and then that whole situation would happen. It's like
No.
what they should have made.
It should have been a first movie, and then if it had done good, they could have done like the second one.
Although I don't think it'll be done again because they did kind of crappy on the casting. Like Jason Momoa shouldn't have been in there.
Neither should Jennifer Coolidge.
No, she shouldn't have. Although she was funny.
Although the girl that plays Tasty in Orange is the New Black,
Yeah,
she's
she
in
was
there.
good.
She was good.
I liked her.
I give her that.
I liked her. I liked Jack Black, except for the singing. I liked the girl that plays the wolf roommate to Wednesday in the Wednesday series. She was really good. I liked her.
Mm-hmm.
The little boy, he was great, other than the lisp.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's like the cute aspect to it. Like, nobody was bothered by the lisp. Like, but if you continue to cast him for the Minecraft movies, it might get annoying after a while.
I don't know. I had several issues. One being that, like the whole entire like backstory thing. But then also and again, spoilers if you're gonna go watch this. Sorry. There was several parts in this movie where I thought the movie was just gonna end. We sat there looking at our phones thinking the phone like it's been, substantial amount of time since we've been there. But I think
Okay, continue.
all right. Sorry, car horn just went off. But there was one point where I really, really thought it was just gonna be over, and it was when Jason Momoa got blown up on a bridge of TNT with some pigs, and I was like, "Well, he's dead. There's no way you survive that." He comes back at the end of the movie to save the day, and my thought process was like, "There's no way he survived that."
Mm-mm.
Like, no.
Mm-mm.
And then Jennifer Coolidge, she fell in love with a villager who doesn't even speak.
In the real world, the villager went out of like the portal to Minecraft and went back into the real world and was walking. And they made such a point. They made such a point to explain and show the villager getting hit by a car.
And if you don't know what a villager looks like, they look like this.
Yeah,
and they're just blocks. They're like this. And they have long noses. Yeah. And they look like Squidward.
Squidward.
And they go like they just they do.
But okay. He's like standing there looking at the street and looking at cars go by, and then he just steps out into the street and gets just blasted by a car, and nothing's wrong with him. Jennifer Coolidge gets out and she goes, "Oh my god!"
No, you gotta do it in her voice.
I can't.
Oh my god!
And she's like, "Are you okay?
Are you okay?"
And then she made a point to explain that she hit him with her Jeep Grand Cherokee. Those words exactly. She goes, "I'm so sorry I hit you with my Jeep Grand Cherokee."
Which is really funny because that's what she drives.
And that was not the only time that they brought up the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Why did they do
this? Maybe the Jeep got they got something from this. I don't know. Same.
She wants to play.
Same. Same. Same.
Oliver. She's got my pearl necklace. She's been doing this, and this is a problem.
Oliver. Anyway,
And now that she's done.
Oh, there's Panda. Yeah, but there's just like, I don't know.
There were some very funny points, like at the at the beginning of, or well, I say the beginning, about 20 minutes into the movie, like Jason Momoa and the girl that plays Tasty and the wolf girl and the little boy with the lisp.
They all go through the portal.
They all go through the portal, and the little boy comes in first, and he just gets blasted through the portal, but like he lands okay, and he stands up. Then Jason Momoa gets blasted through the portal, and he like hits the ground like rolling. He's just rolling, and he finally stands up. And as soon as he stands up, Tasty comes through, and then she's like kind of vibing, and then the wolf girl comes through. Or no.
It was
the wolf girl came through after
like,
Jason Momoa, and she came in literally sideways. She was flying like a minus sign, okay? Like just subtract her. and then she flew into the side of Jason Momoa and just falls. And Jason Momoa is just standing there like a brick wall.
And then Tasty comes in, and she comes in backwards as a minus sign. So her backside came in through the portal first, and she bumps in to Jason Momoa, and he just like flies, and she just like points.
And then she goes, "Oh, my butt." My butt.
That was the funniest part to me. I snorted when that happened. Nobody thought it was funny but me.
The funniest part to me was like towards the end of the movie when like when you kind of start learning some of these people in the nether, and like the sorceress lady calls like this guy to like come and do something for her, and she goes, Travis. And I look over at Melody and I go, Travis is a fat pig. And then Travis ended up being like one of the key characters in the rest of the movie, because like they ended up having an army of golems for the Minecraft side and an army of all these pigs for the nether side. And the sorceress lady was like, golems only like attack if provoked. And then here goes Travis with a bow and arrow, like pew, and the arrow hits one of the golems, and then they all like turn their head to look at that one pig, Travis.
And she goes,
and then,
dang it, Travis.
Yeah, she goes, dang it, Travis. And then the golems all come, and for some reason they get Travis, the cat. So she goes, dang it, Travis. And then Travis is like the first one to get blown away by the golems. You just see him literally fly from the very front row of the pigs to the very far end of the map, and like it was so funny.
Almost like he was like a paperclip, like just boing.
Yeah, it was so funny. So Travis was like we even came home afterwards, and Travis and Eli had like a fire going outside of their new house, like in the backyard. And like we come around and we looked at Travis and we were like, you were a fat pig and you got blown away by a golem. And Travis was just like, what?
We had to explain it to him, and he goes, well, dang. But honestly, that was pretty funny. And then I also thought it was really funny, again, spoilers, the last funny thing from the whole movie is when they defeated all the pigs, and the like sorcerer pig is sitting there. She's like, no, come here, Steve. I have something to tell you. Sneak attack. And she tries to stab him, and he like does it because she's so weak. And he walks away. And she goes, no,
literally
Steve,
slapped it out of her hand.
Come here. And he has something to tell you. He goes, do you have another sword to stab me with? She goes, no, never. And he goes closer to her, and she goes, oh, and he just like slaps it out of her hand. And she's like, oh. Like,
and then she called him over there a third time, and he was like, you are something. You are really something. And she's like, no. It's about you. It's about you. He comes back over there. And she does it again, and he just whacks it out of her hand. And as he's like walking away, she's like, she throws it, and it barely moves, man. It barely moves. And I'm just like, what is happening?
Also, okay, I know this isn't like gruesome or anything, because this is how Minecraft works, but like they would like stab the pig and a pork chop would fall on the floor. And I was like,
Yeah.
that for like a kid is kind of insane. I was like, what? Like the sorcerer like stabbed her general and it just like was a steamy pork chop. And I was like, bruh.
Yeah, it literally she takes a knife and just stabs him, and he goes from being a pig to a pork chop like that, and is like, okay, what?
I was like, that's kind of gruesome.
Although, you know what, we got to talking after the movie on the way home, and I was like, you know, I used to play Minecraft, but I only ever play it on my phone. So, like, I didn't ever get, like, super into it and, like, build the railroad tracks for, like, the mine carts and all that. But I never knew how to get an ender pearl or what an ender pearl did. And now I know both of those things from watching the movie. Although I don't play Minecraft now, I do want to get it
Eli
on my
re-downloaded it last
laptop.
night.
I don't want to play on PlayStation. I would like to play on laptop or PC. So I would like to get it though. I used to build houses. Like I remember there was one time like I had like tree houses, like multiple. So
Yeah.
like I had ladders that went all the way up the tree, and then I had a whole little house on top of it, and then I had like bridges that went from tree to tree, and so like. Those were really cool. When I first started playing, I had just like a normal house, like on the ground. But like now that I like have played more and know how to play, like I wouldn't mind getting back into it.
Eli re-downloaded it last night and played some. I don't know if I like could open my Minecraft. My Minecraft is so full of different worlds, and I have a world for each person I've ever dated. I've done like a collaborative thing where anybody I've ever dated will have a world together. And I didn't realize it the other day. I downloaded it and I opened it, and I've got like, let's see, I've got like 5 or 6 worlds, but it's just because I've created so many. Not some of them are from when I was in like middle school, but some of them, like 4 or 5 of them, are from people I've dated, and they're just still there because I don't play it as much anymore. But Eli has one, and that's the one he went in last night to play in. And I was like, he's like, you should play Minecraft. And I was like, eh.
I don't know. I'd rather go see like if that was really interesting. So I haven't been into a movie theater in probably about 4 or 5 years. So going into this movie theater, I knew that the seats would recline, and there are some movie theaters that have reclining seats and they are heated seats.
There are some that also vibrate
I don't
and move with you. As if it's like a 3D movie, they'll move with you.
Yeah, I don't need all that. If it reclines and it's a heated seat, that's good for me. The reclining is great anyways. But yeah, so like walking in, I knew that the seats reclined, and that was about it. It felt like I had been in a coma for like 10 years and had woken up and somebody took me to a movie theater for the first time.
But it's not just because she hadn't been to a movie theater in 4 years, because I also felt the same way, and I go not like frequently, but I don't just like not go. Okay, they played an ad for 1996. Like it was like, and it started with this lady in like a really cute pantsuit. She goes, "Hi, welcome to the theater. Now we'll show you this little video," and it literally like phew, rainbow 1996, and it talked about while this has happened, CDs were invented, and no, and I'm sitting here like,
what's a CD? No, I mean, we know what CDs are. Like, we weren't around in 96, but like, I had a CD player.
yeah, I have
Before-
a Walkman right now.
I
Like-
I never had a Walkman, but I had like a portable CD player. I had like a CD player, like radio thing. I had like a VCR TV. So like I know what some of these older things are, but like for me walking into the movie theater, like she ordered the tickets online. She ordered like the food and the drinks online. So it was literally delivered to our seats as we were in the movie theater and the movie was about to start. And I was like, okay. The last time I was in a movie theater, it was in a different town, but it was like near here.
Mm-hmm.
And that movie theater is like a lot nicer. It's got like the reclining seats, it's got like the IMAX and all that. But there's like a bar and they make like actual food. So you can literally get an alcoholic beverage. You can get like
They probably deliver.
you can get like wings, you can get like tiramisu kind of like cakes and stuff like that. You can get funnel fries, and like you can get like food. And what I was always used to was every time that we would go to the movies with my dad, we would get Coke Ices, popcorn, and some candy. And then we would go sit down, watch the movie, whatever. Like there would be sometimes like when we were a lot younger, they had like the little kids boxes. So you could get like some popcorn, some candy, a drink, all of that.
They
But
would make us get that when we all went as kids for daycare for the summer when it was like, and I doubt they do this, but it was like $1 movie summer, you know, where you pay like $1 for every
I
movie you
remember
went.
that.
Yeah. They would give us the kids, they would give us like complimentary snack things, and it was the small popcorn, your small drink, and a small candy.
I don't know if they still do that.
I don't think they do $1 movie summers anymore, which is sad because our whole entire summer vacation or summer not vacation summer like thing, if you were a kid when you went to daycare, is you would just go to the movies whenever it was movie day.
I don't know. The only time I ever really went to the movies was with my dad. Like, I don't guess my mom is like a big movie theater person. My dad would always take us out to do stuff, but my parents are divorced. So, like,
There's
anytime
that.
that we went to go see dad, he would try and like do like fun stuff with us. So, there were multiple times that we went to like these like vacations were a whole nother story, but like when we were just over at his house or whatever, he would take us to the movies, he would take us to the roller skating rink, he would take us to do laser tag. Like we were always doing something fun. Like every time we were at his house and we went to church on Sunday, he would take us to Krispy Kreme first and we would get
Bruh.
donuts and like milk or whatever. And then we would go to church and go to Sunday school, go sit in the church like pews and be there for service. And then like it was always some kind of fun stuff that we were doing. And I think he did that to like make up for the fact that like he couldn't see us more, which that wasn't necessarily his fault. That was like the custody thing. But like even now he kind of still tries to do that. So like anytime we're up there, he'll like kind of have something like we'll go out to dinner or we'll go.
That's nice though.
Like there was one time that he took us to a concert here like in the past few years. Vacations though, we've been to Gatlinburg, we've been to Disney in Orlando. We flew for that one. We had a limo.
I'm sorry. I went to Disney World once and my cousins, they tried to beat me up. That's a no. The best part about it was the food and the fact that I didn't have to wait in lines because of my seizures. So they just like let me go. But like, that's a no. That thing, it was so crowded. I had such anxiety just trying to ride rides. They say it's the happiest place on earth. They lied.
I don't know.
And I was a kid when I went.
We've been to the Smokies. We've been to Gatlinburg. We've been to Disney. We've been to,
You should go
I'm
to
trying to
Pigeon
think.
Forge.
We have been to Pigeon Forge. We've been to Destin, Florida.
Yeah.
Now my dad also has just been on crazy adventures. Anyways, so he was in the National Guard.
Ooh. Thank you for your
And-
service.
I don't know all of like his prior, like his history from the National Guard, but I did find out that he has been out of the country regarding his job.
Bruh.
He's been to Germany.
Okay, so see, Germany's on my bucket list, so I asked him places to go.
He's been to Germany, and you know what? Even crazier, you're gonna hate this because you would have loved to be my dad, but
Ugh.
he was told that he needed to go to Germany to do some kind of something, and he showed up, and he was expecting to be there for like I think 3.
He was there for
Well, he was expecting to be there for 3 weeks doing this job, or something like 3 weeks doing this job that he was supposed to do. That they wanted him to be there for, right? He gets to Germany. He shows up to the place that he's supposed to be doing this job at. And they're like, oh, we actually don't need you.
Bruh.
So he just got to do whatever he wanted in Germany for that time frame that he was there. I know you wish you were him.
For real. Germany's just
free
so
ride.
okay. I know it has bad rep, right? But Switzerland, Germany, Denmark, Finland, they have really pretty, and like Ireland, they have really pretty architecture and like just people. I would love to just go on a whole tour of Europe, starting in like, well, I want to start in like Rome and go all the way over as far as I can before I get to Russia and then come back. But Germany is right there. It's at the very top.
My dad's, well, just recently he took a cruise to Puerto Rico.
No, it's too hot.
He had a friend who I actually had dinner with not too long ago. He had a friend who lived in Costa Rica. And he went and stayed with his friend in Costa Rica. And he said that there were iguanas everywhere. Unfortunately, me and Travis didn't get to go, but I wish we could have. But he did go and stayed with his friend in Costa Rica for like a week, maybe 2. And he brought us stuff back from Costa Rica. So the one thing that I've held on to from Costa Rica is the money.
Oh, yeah.
Like I have coins from Costa Rica. They're called colones.
Yeah.
And I have some of those that I've saved.
I have some from the Philippines.
Where else is he? I'm trying to think where else he's been.
You know what's crazy? My cousin did her med school like stuff in Costa Rica. And because apparently there's like, I don't even know, there's like I don't know. But she said the markets there are like better than stores here. Like she could go and just like get food off the side of the road.
Mm-hmm.
But she said it was really expensive. But she found iguanas on her, like, in her room where she was staying.
Yeah. I don't want to go anywhere like that.
That's like Australia when you find, like, huntsman spiders in your room.
See, Australia's a no for me. The kangaroos, great. The spiders, the scorpions, the snakes.
Oh, not even. You love snakes.
I love snakes. I don't like the ones that are like so massive that they could swallow me or so venomous. Like Australia is home to the most venomous and poisonous animals in the world.
And see,
Australia has more than anywhere else.
And that just blows my mind. Like, have you seen the picture of when people thought it was foggy in Australia, but it's just the spider webs that cover all of the bushes and stuff?
Mm-hmm,
You could not pay me to do that. I hate snakes. Like, I literally would just fall over dead if I saw a snake that was bigger than me. But I want to see Australia. Like, I want to go to the Sydney Opera House. I want to see, like, parts of Australia, but you couldn't pay me to go over there.
No.
I'm going to see it through a screen because you can't pay me to go over there.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
No.
There's another place that I don't want to ever visit, and that's Paris.
It's on my list, but people have told me recently it should come off my list because it smells terrible.
Yeah.
And also it's not as pretty as people make it seem in the movies.
Yeah.
However,
can we just talk about
I'm a romantic.
Italy?
Okay. Italy, Rome, they're gonna stay on my list because the amount of architecture that you can see there, art majors, history majors, love it.
I love the Italy vibes.
Same.
Italy, Greece. Greece is a big place that I would love to go to. Like, those are my top two, I think. Italy and Greece.
Venice.
Also, I saw like some pictures from Switzerland.
Switzerland's so pretty.
Wouldn't mind going to Switzerland.
Also, the
Swiss chocolate.
Like,
if you
actual
were
Swiss
wondering,
chocolate.
if you were wondering, we get called out for not only looking alike but also being the same freaking person.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
there you go.
Like actual chocolate from Switzerland,
Yes.
not like the store bought I can get at Kroger.
No, like Swiss chocolate, like Swiss chocolate.
Watch them make it in front of me.
Mhm.
Die.
What can you get in Greece?
Greek
Ooh,
food.
euros.
Yeah.
Euros.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
I vibe with
actual
some
homemade.
Like, ooh.
Like none of the stuff we get here.
Yeah,
Like
no.
actual.
Oh, I bet the food at these countries would be fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god!
Isn't Denmark known for like?
Isn't that the strudel?
Isn't that what it is? I thought it was known for like pretzels. I don't know.
I thought it
Don't
was
hate
strudel.
me if you're from Denmark. Don't hate me. I don't know what you're known for. I know what your flag kind of looks like, but I don't know what your national food is.
Aren't they Finnish? Denmark is Finnish, right?
I thought Finland and Denmark were two different places.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure they're two different places.
Well, they're two different places, but I don't know if they like.
Like you're saying, they're not like Denmarkians and Finlands. Like, is that what you're saying?
Like, I'm wondering if they're like of the same. Like, they're
Of the
two
same,
different.
like,
They're two different
culture?
places, but I'm wondering if they're the same culture. Yeah,
Maybe. What's Finland known for?
I don't know.
Dang. Research.
Me and Travis got to talking about this is the most random thing. Me and Travis got to talking about Disney princesses, and I like quizzed him on where Anna and Elsa came from. I was like, "Where are Anna
Denmark.
and Elsa from?" No,
Finland? They're from that area. Yes, they are. Are they Swedish?
Scandinavia.
What? Lies. You're not telling me she's Scandinavian.
Scandinavia.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah,
Nuh-uh.
yeah.
Bruh. Get out of there. No.
Also, he got mad because I classified Lilo as a Disney princess.
She is a Disney princess. She wears a Lulu crown.
the lay.
Yeah, she wears
The lay
She wore that. That's the princess.
for when she did the hula class.
Yeah. And you gotta think, every Disney princess has a sidekick. She has Stitch. She's a Disney princess. Cinderella has the mouse.
I consider her a Disney princess.
Same.
Well,
Belle has the horse.
that's no.
No, I'm being so for every Disney princess. If you look hard enough, they have a sidekick. Ariel has the fish and the crab.
Yeah.
Like they all have one. So she's a Disney princess.
Belle has the horse.
yeah.
Tiana
Has
The dog.
The dog.
Who are we forgetting? Rapunzel.
Jasmine has the tiger.
Jasmine's
Rapunzel
tiger.
has the
Rapunzel
little-
has the
the little-
chameleon.
Thing, yeah. Every single one of them has something.
Oh, what about Sleeping Beauty?
Sleeping Beauty, she had
The owl? Is
Yeah.
it an owl?
she had something.
I want to say it's an owl.
I know
Snow
she did.
White.
Snow White has all of the birds and things,
She,
but
she had all the.
but she had a specific like animal, I think, that was like her favorite. But she had dwarves that were her sidekicks. If that makes that's.
Who are we? I feel like
And
we're
then
missing
Anna and
people.
Elsa had Olaf.
They're getting less and less animal as the years go.
So they're getting more people-ish.
Oh, speaking of Disney, oh my god, the trailer for How to Train Your Dragon was pretty awesome.
It was perfect up until like there's like one thing I could criticize, but
Yeah, it was pretty good. Like their casting for the most part was good.
Rough Nut and Tough
then-
Nut,
The guy that plays Hiccup, fantastic.
yeah. stoic to the vast.
The one thing that I complained about with Superman is the one thing that they did absolutely fantastic with How to Train Your Dragon, which is the CGI animals.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Toothless looks like Toothless.
like the dragons look absolutely fan-freaking-tastic.
Oh, yeah.
And then Super Dog was just like, I did make a joke. I was like, that's Crypto, the Super Dog. Have you seen that show?
No.
I used to watch that show all the time. Crypto the Super Dog. You need to look it up. It's so funny. The dog looks almost exactly like the Super Dog in the Superman movie, except it's not a doodle.
What's funny?
A doodle for Super Dog.
Is he like a white, like kind of like a golden retriever, or like a I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't tell me that dog don't look like Crypto the Super Dog, Brett.
Although what's funny is if you watch it, Superman's laying there like bleeding out, and the dog looks at him and goes, just like turns his head, his eyes like, eh. He's like, I don't play, and Superman's like, take me home, and he's just like jumping on top of him, and I was like, just dead. My first thought was like, Superman can't get hurt that bad, but apparently he can.
Because apparently, who did he die from?
Apparently he died in some movie. I don't even know. Apparently there was a whole funeral, but I was like, he's Superman. He can't like
Superman.
His only weakness is kryptonite.
That's a fair point, though.
That is a fair point. His only weakness is kryptonite. So how did he die? And how was he that injured to be bleeding out his mouth, nose, and ears?
What is kryptonite?
It's green gem. I don't even know what it actually is. It's like I call it looked like a green diamond, to be honest. There's a diamond, there's a ruby. It looked like a green version.
Like an emerald.
Yeah, just basically, it's just an emerald.
That's his one weakness, is a rock.
Yeah.
The Crystal Girls, man, be the death of Superman. I swear.
He just like walks into their apartment. They've got kryptonite on the thing. He's like,
oh my God, we haven't talked about our tickets.
What tickets?
We got tickets to go see a comedy show in June. So like recently and I'm never on Facebook to look at people's posts. I'm only on Facebook for the reels. And recently my Facebook reels have just been full of different comedians.
Same. But they always are, because I love comedy.
But Matt Rife has been popping up a lot.
Yeah.
And I've been obsessing over it, which I already knew who he was to begin with. But
he's funny.
Recently, his videos have been coming up a lot more, so I've been watching more of them. And me and Melody both really like him, so we decided to book tickets to go see him in June. And we are so excited. So excited. Oh my God.
We're going to be there for a day. We're going to be listening to Matt Rife. And I plan to laugh so hard that I pass out.
Unfortunately, we didn't get like the best seats ever. Like, I would love to sit in the front and have him do the crowd work with us. However, like, we just, at this moment in time, with all of these different things going on, these different financial changes for us, that's not the best situation for us to be spending a whole bunch of money on tickets. So we got like there's like bleacher rows. So there's like the front bleachers, second row of bleachers, third. We're in the third, and then there's like a fourth and fifth. So we're like in the middle.
However, I have known him in some of his comedy shows, if he hears something in the audience, and I'm not saying I'm gonna do this, but if he hears something in the audience, he will like see you out. Like, he will find you. I'm
worried that because he has a tendency, as do most comedians, to call out people with interesting laughs.
That's what I'm talking about. I laugh really, really bad.
And for me, depending on how funny the situation is, I can laugh to the point where I'm literally screaming, and like it's like a hyperventilating scream.
Same.
So I'm concerned that
that's what I'm expecting, is one of us is going to laugh weird and he's going to stop and be like, who was that?
Who
Like he's gonna be like, who was that?
You.
Like blue caterpillar up there, just like.
That wouldn't surprise me either, though, because he called out that old lady in the crowd and then smoked with her.
Yeah. So, like, I'm expecting one of us to do something stupid like that, and he just is like, wait a minute.
You. I don't know. I think
I've watched one of his videos where he stopped a whole entire show because a lady, like, she went to have a breast like procedure, and they accidentally did it to where her implant squeaks. So she has a squeaker toy, basically. And he was like, bro, woof, 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 I'm a dog. You got a squeaker toy.
You know, she came to another one of his shows and he called her out again.
Yeah. Like,
and she was front row.
Yeah.
And so like, and that was also the same lady where he had called her daughter before. So he called her again on the second show and left her a voicemail. And he goes, I have your mother in the trunk. And hung up on the voicemail. And she like called her mom back. She's like, that's not Matt Rife. You're lying to me. And Matt Rife calls her.
He goes, Madison, that is not your angle. And she goes, no, I'm just excited because he's so funny, and like it's just gonna be me and her. Like my husband's not going; he's probably gonna stay here with her brother Travis and hang out.
I don't know. That's gonna be a while because we have to drive across the state lines to get to another state to see the show. It's a 4-hour drive.
Yeah.
To see him, and then we'll be there for a couple hours, and then it's a 4-hour drive back. So we'll be getting back probably around midnight based on the time of the show.
That's fine.
I mean,
worth it.
It is worth it. I don't mind going to sleep at 1 a.m. as long as I can see Matt Rife. I don't care if I have to go to work in the morning. I'll go to work in the morning, but I'll be happy that I saw Matt Rife.
I thought about it though, because like I have bladder spasms, which means like if I get scared, if I laugh too much, like anything like that, I can instantly like pee myself. Like it's a medical condition because I have an overlarge bladder, and and I thought about it. I was like, do I need to wear like an adult diaper?
Do you still have the ones I gave you?
Yeah. I was like, do I need to wear an adult diaper to make sure I don't pee myself in front of him? And he just like calls me out and be like, did you just pee yourself? Like
the fact that you just headbutted the mic.
Like I thought about it the other day. I was like, I probably need to wear like a diaper or something.
No. Maybe you do. Also, we need to eventually figure out who's going to be driving and everything. I don't want to worry about that right now. We have like a month. It's fine.
It's going to be so fun, though.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see Matt Rife. I literally went to work the day after we booked the tickets, and I pull in, and I'm like, I get to move into my grandma's house, and I got tickets to see Matt Rife. And my coworker goes, sounds like you've had a good weekend.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I had a good weekend. What do you mean, bruh?
Yeah.
I hope it stays. Like, I hope things keep going well.
For the most part, things are going good for us right now.
For the most part, yeah.
No, it's on wood with my foot.
Oh. Not the tea!
Did it spill? Dang. Push it over. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh my god. Don't do that.
He gonna call me out. Be like, who snorted? What pig is in here?
Don't do that. Don't do that. Please don't have Matt Rife call us.
Please have Matt Rife call me. He gonna call me out. I'll be like, hello.
Gabber.
I wonder if it'll be cold. Ugh.
What do you mean in the stadium?
Yeah.
Bruh, if I'm going to any kind of building where I'm going to have to sit down, it doesn't matter if I'm going to a restaurant. It doesn't matter if I'm going to watch somebody graduate in an auditorium or what. I am bringing a sweater.
What if I showed up? Okay, I know people have seen these where it's like the full-on like sweater thing where it's like fleece on the inside and it's got pockets in the front and it's got the hat. But it's like a blanket. You know what I'm talking about? It's like a blanket vest, blanket shirt, blanket gown or whatever. And it's got a hat on.
A Snuggie?
Is that what it is?
I'm
What
pretty
if I wear a
sure.
Snuggie up there? That way I won't be cold.
I had one.
That way I won't be
Not
cold.
worth it.
But,
It's not.
But
But they did come out with this one that's like, because a Snuggie is just a blanket with sleeves built into it. If you get like, there's a new one that came out. I don't know what it's called. It's not a Snuggie. It's similar though. It's like super long
That's what I'm
fleece
saying.
blanket, but it's like a hoodie.
that's what I'm saying.
That I would get that.
Would that be weird for me to show up in like a blanket?
Honestly, no. I probably. Well, I don't know if I'll bring a blanket, but I'll definitely have a sweater.
I might vibe with that, to be honest. Like Crocs and a Snuggie.
Oh, don't fall asleep at a show though, because he will. If he sees you, he'll call you out for that. I don't even understand that. Like last night, there was a lady sitting 2 seats to the left of me, and she fell asleep in the movie theater.
True.
Why are you going to spend money on tickets to fall asleep?
I might wear a Snuggie and some Crocs and call it a day. That's cute. Put a belt on it.
You know how there's like people that like go to concerts and stuff, and they're like, I have to find an outfit. Like I have to go buy this new outfit for this concert because I have to like fit the vibe of the concert and all this. And I'm like, are you like it? I guess it depends on the concert for me. Like if I'm going to see like a once in a lifetime kind of concert sort of deal, I might buy something that kind of fits the vibe of the concert. But I'm not about to go out and spend like $300 on an outfit. You know, like with this Matt Rife thing, it's a comedy show. I'm gonna show up to enjoy the show. I'm not gonna show up so I can look good.
True.
Because I'm not the one on stage. I mean, I'm not going to be looking like a rat, but
she just dressed like a rat and I have a Snuggie on. We're just like, yo, Ninja Turtles. Oh my gosh, we could dress up like Ninja Turtles.
Let's not.
Bruh.
She like wants to call attention to us because we're not going to be in the front.
I am probably going to wear a Snuggie though because I don't know if it'll get cold. And I hate being that person that has to like dress in like 5 layers because I don't know if it'll be cold or not. I feel like a Snuggie is just a one-time option.
I'm just almost always cold.
Well, not really. I'm normally always hot. But every comedy place I've ever been to has been freezing.
I've never been to a comedy show.
Like the one that I went to in Huntsville, Alabama, it was so cold, my toes were purple by the end of the night. So... I don't know. Crocs and a Snuggie sound kind of good. Like some socks with my Crocs.
Yeah.
And a Snuggie. Sound kind of good. That way, if I get hot, it's a Snuggie dress. So I can just like sit there and like do this so I'm kind of cold.
I'll probably just be sneakers, shorts, and a crop top and then sweater. No, Uggs.
Uggs would be nice.
Ugg slippers. My Ugg slippers would be a vibe.
Yeah, Uggs would be nice.
Yeah.
I don't know. I might go in my pajamas. We're going to get back at 12. I might as well just sleep in my pajamas.
She's like, I slept drove here.
I came to see you. It's so dark outside. Pass out. Pass out.
I'm dead, bro. All that, but anyways, we're super excited to go see him, so that's gonna be really fun. Vacation's coming up. We'll go on vacation in August. We're excited about that too. We've got a lot of stuff going on. Like we've got house stuff going on.
Vacation.
We have vacation stuff going on.
Rife.
Matt Rife. What else do we have? I don't even know. There's so much stuff. Like me and my brother just signed a 6-month lease for this apartment. So we got to be out in about 6 months. And so we've got a whole bunch of stuff to do at the house before we can get in there.
Well, technically, they have 5 months. Because that last month, they want to be packing and getting stuff out.
Yeah. So we've got to take care of a whole bunch of stuff at my grandmother's house before we can get in there. We've got stuff going on. Like, we've got stuff that we need to do, like, financially before we can go on vacation. Like, credit cards need to be paid off and stuff. Boring adult things. And then we've got all this Matt Rife stuff going on. We've got the vacation itself, which is going to be super fun. And then after we get back from vacation, we should be moving fairly soon after. But the fair comes around between.
Oh my gosh.
The fair comes around between the time that we finish vacation and the time that we have to move. So that's going to be going to, which we're going to do that. The fair. I love the fair. If you weren't aware, there's a fair that comes around every year in October here. And my dad, that was another thing that he did because of the fact that they were divorced. My mom doesn't like to go to the fair, so she wouldn't go. So my dad would take me and my brother every year.
I remember last year I got off for that day so I could go to the fair with Eli. We spent a whole day at the fair.
Yeah, me and Travis didn't go last year. But like we try to keep it a tradition to go every single year as long as we can.
Friends Fair. Like Ren Fair, but Friends Fair.
God, no. But, yeah, so the fair is going on, so we're going to try and make that work this year.
Bro, that's so much stuff.
And then, yeah.
Stop. Then Thanksgiving and Christmas. Stop.
Yeah, it's
Stop.
a lot. And then New Year's.
Stop.
And then my birthday will come around again.
My birthday's in September. Oh, Eli's is in November. Stop. Put a pause. Nobody stop.
There is no pause. There's a slight pause for this month, and
then everything else just spirals.
Yeah, because July we're going to be busy taking care of any like last minute things for
also 4th of
vacation.
July.
Yeah. Well, we don't really celebrate. I mean, well, actually, you'll be in the house by then.
Yeah, we do grills.
So yeah, you'll be in the house. So we'll probably come by there and
my
we'll
family
grill
always
out and
grills
stuff.
out for 4th of July.
But we don't really do anything. Like
that's crazy.
We would get fireworks and shoot them here. Like Travis always likes to blow a whole bunch of money on fireworks. Like there was one year he spent like $200 to $300 on fireworks, and he got these like big mortars. and he took them out and he shot some of them, and they were like massive and extremely loud. Well, like 2 years ago, he decided to get his leftover mortars from the year before with the tube that you're supposed to put the mortar in. And he goes, you know what? Actually, I'm going to just hold the